Welcome back. Many of us will soon be holiday shopping for video games, phones, and other tech devices.
But earlier this year, the World Health Organization actually declared video game addiction an actual mental health disorder. Turns out all those gadgets are leading some people down a destructive path.
You can build whatever you would like.
Tyler Kurwicki is like many 13-year-olds.
I'm building a giant love sign.
He's among the more than 9 in 10 kids nationwide who play some sort of video game.
I usually top him out at an hour a day, but I don't let him play video games every day.
I understand what my mom says about the certain time limit.
Because otherwise, he may do it all day long.
I think his counselor said that it was like cocaine for the brain. So the brain supposedly acts the same way as if you were using illegal drugs.
The crusher there is intercepted.
And some say video games can be just as addicting.
So it's been a very dramatic change, but it has taken 25 years for that change to really happen.
In the Pacific Northwest, Hillary Cash founded Restart in 2009, 15 years after she first saw addictions to video games.
Parents understand not to hand drugs and alcohol to their kids, but they don't understand that video games, for instance, can be very addictive.
Restart is for those addicted so badly to their phones, the internet, or video games that their lives are in shambles.
Academically, we're working with teenagers and young adults. Most of them are failing academically because the gaming has taken over their lives.
Sean Green is a UW-Madison psychology professor who has studied how video games affect our brains. He knows parents always think their kids are playing too much, but
if they are just, enjoying the time that they're spending playing games, then, it's unlikely to have any, actually, we wouldn't consider it to be an addiction in that case.
He encourages parents to look at the bigger picture.
If there are negative outcomes, there are kind of real damage happening to someone's life in terms of their academic success, their social relationships. Then there's room to be concerned.
Where places like Restart come in is for those so addicted to digital technology that their lives have been altered.
Their families are mad at them. They're not getting along with their families. These are the kinds of consequences that we see. And so by the time they come here, they're usually extremely depressed, sometimes suicidally depressed.
It's a rehabilitation process that begins with an important first step.
First, they need to be away from screens, and they are away from screens for a minimum of 2 months. And then, during that time, we're really building the foundations of health.
Stopping it before it gets that far starts with a conversation, engaging your child either with a plan to play less or by playing the game with them to know exactly what they're up to.
It's a really great way for parents to interact with the kids because, kids like being better than their parents and stuff, right? Or to be able to explain things that their parents don't know. So I always suggest that parents play with their kids and just get over the frustration of the fact that they're better than you at it.
If parents can involve their child in the design of how things are going to be changing, they get buy-in from the child, and that'll work much better.
As for Tiffany, it's about making sure Tyler experiences other life moments.
He's a kid. I want him to have those moments, but I want to make sure that he's also outside getting his hands dirty and learning real-life skills as opposed to pressing buttons on a video controller.
My school, some kids think that video games are easier than actually making friends, and I just very much disagree with that.
A Restart is near Seattle. There's really nothing like it around here. The 2-month initial program cost, though, Cash says, about $550 a day. And for now, insurance doesn't typically cover these kind of treatments. If you have any concerns that someone you love has such an addiction, the best place to start is with your primary care provider.